Dukes, thanks. The woman accused of stabbing her estranged husband to death in early February appeared in Iowa County Court for the first time today.
And we learned today 67-year-old Kelly Neshkash was convicted of domestic abuse and attempted arson of her ex-husband's home more than a decade ago. Police say she stabbed him in the past.
WMTV's Tabitha Bland went to the court appearance and has more on what authorities found that led them to their suspect.
It started with a car crash. On the evening of February 11th, Ridgeway marshals arrested Kelly Neshkash for her 6th OWI when they found her estranged husband's phone and medication inside of her car. The next morning, Iowa County Sheriff's deputies went to Todd Neshkash's home for a welfare check and found him dead under a blanket. He was stabbed more than a dozen times, hitting vital organs.
A single count of first-degree intentional homicide.
Todd's death led investigators straight back to Kelly. Her car, already impounded from the night before, was searched. Inside, they found a large kitchen knife, bloody gloves, and bloody clothing. According to the criminal complaint, that's when Kelly got emotional, saying she didn't try to murder him, did not want to kill him, and did not mean to do that.
You did cause the death of an individual identified as victim 1 with intent to kill that person.
Now charged with killing her estranged husband. This is not Neshkash's first time in front of a judge. Kelly and Todd filed for divorce in 2003, but their time in court didn't end there. In 2012, she was convicted of domestic abuse after stabbing Todd and setting his house on fire. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison with 5 years of extended supervision that expired in 2022. Kelly Neshkash could now face life in prison if found guilty. In Iowa County, Tabitha Bland, WMTV 15 News.
Tabitha, thank you. A hearing will be held next Friday at the request of Kelly's defense team. The attorneys are asking for Todd's body to be preserved so a second autopsy can be completed before the case moves forward.